Sounds quite good.
Vai. Ma no, ma è molto figo.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. Material's good.
Grande, sì, quando vuoi.
Feels like this is live. Is this live?
Yes, and also live on Facebook, I think. I don't know if they do. So
That one.
even when we'll play songs, and I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't think we can play anything new, but we're gonna play the songs, or could we? I don't know.
You can play, well, you're going to play Pressure, yeah? Is that right? Or?
Pressure or Dig Down? Well, Pressure is what we're playing right now, yeah?
Yeah.
Pressure and Dig Down, is that okay? Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
You'll have a gospel version of Dig Down?
Yeah.
Yeah? How's that?
Oh, it's good, yeah. It's like an acoustic version, really, but we have like a real gospel choir singing.
Nice.
They're from Torrance in California. And,
Wow.
and it's really good. It adds like another layer of emotion to the song.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And it's cool. The album, that's what she was saying. Is like, did you get a chance to listen to the album? But they forgot to send me the link, so I listened to it this morning. And I can't remember the song, but it sounded great. And I just wanted to tell you which one is my favorite. And then I think it's track number 5. It's a very heavy beat with like weird guitar.
Propaganda.
Propaganda is good, yeah. I mean, they're all good.
Break it to me.
Yes. It's massive, yeah. Ci siamo ragazzi, ce l'hanno fatta raschiando ovviamente con il furgone, puntualissimi a 20 secondi dall'inizio della trasmissione. Welcome back to Matt and Dom from the band Muse. Welcome back
how are
to
you?
Tropical
Hi.
Pizza. Super well. And you? What about you guys?
Oh, we're great, yeah, good. It's great to be back in Italy, yeah. We miss being here.
Yeah, when's the last time that you've been?
Probably when we played here. We were here for a couple of weeks when we played at the arena. What was it called?
The Forum?
The Forum,
The
yeah.
Forum, yes.
Yeah, we played there like 5 or 6 nights.
Yeah,
and
it was a
we were-
residency.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
almost
yeah.
lived in Milano for a
exactly,
while.
yeah. It was good to be back here then, and
Cioè-
so here we are. Yeah.
Figo, sanno che gli vogliono bene, che gli vogliamo bene da queste parti, quindi sono contenti di essere tornati. Gli stavo chiedendo se il van ha toccato, ha toccato la rampa. The van hit the ramp, right?
Yes. The van we came in 5 times. It was
Yes.
The last one was the worst one, yeah. So
I know,
We think
I
maybe it lost the petrol tank or something.
Ok, allora ci potrebbe esserci una fuga di benzina sulla rampa del DJ Building perché già ha toccato Michael Bublé stamattina, ma anche loro alla fine non sono riusciti a evitare quel punto strano della rampa del DJ Building. Senti, è un giorno molto speciale. It's a very special day for Muse. Big announcement today. I think-
Yeah.
Yeah, we're announcing our world tour next year, and
Yeah.
we announced our dates for Italy, which is July 12th in San Siro, Milan.
Yeah.
And then July 20 in Rome Olympic Stadium, yeah.
All right. È la giornata in cui hanno annunciato i loro concerti mondiali, quindi tantissimo America, tantissimo Sud America, Rock in Rio in Brazil, I think that was announced.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
E poi 12 di luglio San Siro Milano e 20 di luglio invece Roma, stadio Olimpico, insomma uno stadio che è un po' nel loro cuore perché lì hanno registrato the Olympic Stadium in Rome is a classic for you guys because you decided to film the DVD there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, it's one of our best shows was playing there. We had such
Yeah.
a great time. So we're going to try and think about how we can make it different this time. I think we're going to play it sideways. You know?
Oh.
Yeah. So apparently you can get more people if you play sideways. So,
So you mean with the curva,
Yeah.
where the hardcore supporters are?
yeah, exactly.
In
Yeah.
the back, so you have the whole.
Yeah, so I think you end up with more people on the floor and more people on the side. Yeah, so we
Yeah.
might do it this way to make it variation from last time. Yeah.
Ok, sì, lì avevano registrato il DVD, la vogliono fare un po' diversa quest'anno, magari suoniamo davanti alla curva, così riusciamo a mettere ancora più gente, poi loro sono famosi per i loro concerti, si inventano sempre qualcosa di nuovo. L'ultima volta c'erano dei droni che volavano. And then, I mean, of course it's about the music, but when you think about Muse, you think about the supermassive live shows. And there's always something new when you go watch Muse live. I mean, last time's the flying drones. Everything is so special about it. And of course, by now, you know what's going to happen this time. Or not?
Just about, yeah. We're kind of still working on the show, but we definitely want to try and do something completely different to what we've done before.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and like incorporate, if it works, like other performers into the show somehow.
Yeah, so
And
additional
kind of-
musicians and like
Right.
brass, like.
So it's kind of like live art, visual type stuff, rather than just because so often you just see like bands with just screens and just stuff playing
Right.
on the screen, like a bit
Right.
of a movie playing in the background, which we've done so much of in the past, and always relied so much on like heavy technology in the show, like the
Yeah.
drums. So we're not going to lose all of that. It's still going to be like a big, crazy rock show, of course.
Right.
But we would just want to incorporate a bit more like other performance, something a bit more like theatrical into the show somehow. So it'll be quite different for us.
Yeah, so we
but I
might
think-
have like we might try and get like say a cast of 20 people or something who kind of you know,
Goes back and forth.
Yeah, they do things. Sometimes it'll be like instrumental stuff, like music, or maybe choir. Some choir
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, so we want to sort of bring people into the show a bit more. Yeah.
Ok, dice sì, sai, ultimamente insomma i grandi concerti hanno uno schermo gigante su cui vedi una specie di film e insomma noi l'abbiamo fatto tante volte, sicuramente ci sarà della tecnologia o qualcosa di simile ai droni, ma la grande novità è che sarà un cast di 20 persone, cioè loro hanno questa cosa di essere in tre e suonare come una macchina da guerra senza nessun strumento aggiunto. Questa volta invece avremo magari un coro gospel, magari avremo una sezione di fiati che interverrà, insomma ci piacerebbe l'idea di avere qualcosa di più corale. Sto pensando a questa versione di Dig Down in versione gospel che magari sarà inclusa nella scaletta, uscirà sull'album Deluxe. I'm very
Yeah.
curious about this Dig
Yeah,
Down
so,
gospel version.
Yeah, so the main album is, we use a lot of new sounds, some like electronic
Yeah.
sounds, synthesized and stuff. And in some ways it's like, simulated version of ourselves,
Right.
But on the extended version of the album, you hear like more the stripped down versions of the songs.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes you'll hear like acoustic versions or just simple piano.
Yeah.
Or like with a gospel choir or something like that. So
Beautiful.
it's a good chance for people to hear like, I guess, how the songs were written in the first place.
Yeah. Allora dice l'album, questo qui, anche da quello che siamo riusciti a sentire finora, dalle canzoni che escono, ha un suono un po' più esteso, ci sono un sacco di sintetizzatori, insomma è molto prodotto. Nella versione deluxe o deluxe come si dice in inglese, sentirete come sono state concepite le canzoni, quindi un po' più acustiche. C'è questa Dig Down in versione gospel e tutto questo uscirà venerdì. L'album è Simulation Theory, siamo insieme ai Muse, sentiamo Pressure. Yeah.
It's so much better with that thing on the guitar, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's so much better with that gate on the guitar, isn't it? Live.
It's really
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Way better.
the radio compressor makes it weird. It
Oh,
sounds really good
no,
for
I
us.
was talking about my live guitar because the guitar sound that I use on this is really
Oh.
distorted, but live the problem is you get feedback in the
Of
gaps.
course,
You get
yeah. I know.
So I had to use a special gate.
Like a gate, yeah.
on my guitar for this song live.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you do it in the studio? Because you're in a different room, so or you can just edit.
in the studio, you just edit it. Yeah,
Right.
So it's easy. Yeah.
But the actual recording had that.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. It's funny, like the first day that we played this song, my friend Aladdin, he produces electronic stuff, and he's like, "Hey, do you have any fuzz pedals you could give me?
Yeah.
Because I want to try it, I want to try to filter my stuff." I'm like, "Well, you should really ask Matt because this is
Yeah,
like you have a massive
Yeah.
I
I've
guess.
got a large array of fuzz. Yeah.
right." What would be the fuzz that you would recommend?
What for
More
what use?
versatile, that you can use
Yeah,
anytime.
I mean, the Big Muff is a classic.
Big Muff, yeah,
I mean,
right.
that's generally a classic fuzz.
Right.
And you can use that for anything from bass to guitar to
Right.
voice, anything.
Yeah.
Very diverse,
Right.
But the ones we use on songs like this are more specific, which
Right.
probably the one on this one is like it's my actual amplifier Ampeg, which has been adapted,
Uh-huh.
and it wouldn't be suitable for something other than the guitar, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's crazy sound even on that song we were talking about, which is see, I'm not familiar with the titles because
Break It To Me, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
great sound on. What is it? It's like a pitch.
If we're talking about the one that's
Yeah.
Well, Chris is playing bass and like a bass synth,
Uh-huh.
and then the guitar really is like
Chorus.
Did it have chorus?
It's
Yeah.
got a bit of a chorus.
Uh-huh.
Chorus on it. It's actually not a very distorted sound.
Right.
It's quite clean but very aggressive sound.
Yeah.
So it's more like
Crunchy. Yeah.
it's like the sound if you put an acoustic guitar into an electric amp.
Yeah.
Very bright.
Yeah. Cool. Andiamo?
So this is the way they get. It's like song's been on 2 minutes, but it's like must be finishing soon. Isn't it? Still going?
I know, it's a minute and a half.
Ma infatti quando... Allora, Rientriamo con argomenti un po' meno nerd, perché io ovviamente approfitto delle canzoni per chiedere a Matt due dritte. So less nerdy talk now that we're on the air, but while we're just on Facebook I take advantage, and I'm sorry for asking these very nerdy guitar questions.
They're the best questions.
Ok. No, allora il video di Pressure è, diciamo, rappresenta molto per quello che è l'album. Perché sentivamo parlare di questo concetto dietro Simulation Theory, cioè del fatto che tutti noi stiamo vivendo in una specie di simulazione, come se fosse la puntata San Junipero di Black Mirror. Quando poi ho iniziato a guardare l'album ho detto ma guarda come sono presi bene, guarda che bello questo video un po' college americano, ma poi insomma sul finire. No, I'm saying it's very it represents the philosophy behind the album well, the video of Pressure, and I heard about that Simulation Theory and the San Junipero thing, and then I was enjoying the video, and I was like, oh, look at music, they're having it's great. It's like a Weezer video almost. But then in the end, it all comes to a simulation.
Yeah, it's almost like all the videos are like levels in some kind of game or something.
Right.
Yeah, when I was making the album, when we made the album, I was doing a lot of virtual reality gaming,
Right.
And first of all, I was really blown away by that because it made me go, wow, like technology's moved on so much, and playing VR gaming really,
right.
It sort of plays with your idea of what is real and what is not real.
Yeah.
And it also reminded me of like my childhood when I was first playing games and like some of the films I loved in the 80s and stuff, and then we all sort of tuned into that basically, and Lance came up, didn't he?
Yeah, well, and then we started making the videos, really. And that, once we started making, the first video was Dig Down, with this director called Lance Drake. And then once we did that, we had a really great relationship with him.
Yeah.
And then we did the Thought Contagion video, and then it all just started rolling from there. Like the ideas started coming for the future videos and the Pressure video, and how we can kind of link them all together in these slightly alternative realities somehow. So.
Certo.
Yeah, which was really fun to do because we've never done anything like that, really.
Yeah.
And then I think that also inspired the artwork and everything from there. So, yeah, it all came from the videos.
Certo, allora dice che loro hanno giocato tantissimo con la realtà virtuale, con questi videogiochi che giochi mettendoti questa visiera, no? E entri un po' in un mondo parallelo a furia di giocare. Dice all'inizio è molto divertente, poi a un certo punto inizi un po' a confondere la realtà con quello che stai guardando nel videogioco, e un po' tutti i video di questo Simulation Theory sono un po' basati su questi vari livelli del videogioco. È iniziato tutto lavorando con questo regista, abbiamo fatto Dig Down e poi abbiamo capito che quello poteva essere lo spirito, no? Tutti connessi. Ma riguardo la teoria che magari noi stessi stiamo vivendo in una sorta di simulazione, qual è la vostra opinione finale?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the latest video here so I can show them. The internet's too slow, but if it loads, I'll show a little clip.
I'm
clip
sorry,
from the
we
video.
have very slow internet here. Is that a new video?
Coming out this when the album comes out, there's going to be 2 new videos that come.
Wow, for what songs?
Algorithm and also Blockades.
Okay.
And then after the album comes out, maybe early next year, we're going to do 2 more videos, I think.
So you have a video for each song?
Pretty much
basically.
every song, yeah. I mean, every song will have, I think there'll be 9 videos that we do, and then maybe the last 2 will have like simple lyric videos or something.
Ok.
Yeah.
No, sta cercando di caricare sul suo telefonino, ovviamente lui è il cantante dei Muse, ce l'ha già il video nuovo che esce venerdì. Sto aspettando che carichi. Noi abbiamo un segnale. Attenzione, è caricato. Allora adesso, se guardate la diretta Facebook, Marco che la sta facendo, yeah, I think it has a red line. In questo momento,
Can you hear it? Here you go, play a bit.
I think we can also hear it. Questa è la musica. Vabbè, la musica. It was a preview. A 1 second
a little preview.
Yeah.
Ok, un piccolo trailer, diciamo, della musica del nuovo album dei Muse, e per qualche secondo chi ci sta seguendo in diretta Facebook si è visto, no? Era quella la. E venerdì, con l'uscita di Simulation Theory, escono anche 2 nuovi video, uno per Algorithm, che è la traccia che apre l'album, e un'altra per Blockade. Ci sono un sacco di questi sintetizzatori fighissimi, no? Che ti fanno pensare un po' a Blade Runner, o magari non dico alla musica di Stranger Things, ma all'inizio, al tema di Stranger Things. Algorithm in particular reminds us of those, I'd say Blade Runner or
Yeah, totally.
or Stranger Things. Not the songs from the soundtrack, but initial.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. I love that.
Yeah. We've always music's always loved using synthesizers in our music
Yeah.
and trying to find ways to mix it with rock. But I think on this album we particularly were looking at, say, early '80s film soundtracks.
Yeah.
We're big fans of like John Carpenter, like films like The Thing, Aliens.
Right.
Some of these kind of sci-fi films from the '80s, which had amazing soundtracks when the synthesizer was still like a really brand new instrument.
And also, you were kids then, right? You were how
Exactly.
old?
Yeah. Like 8 or 9. I mean,
Right.
78 we were born, so like mid '80s was when I first.
So this is
started
before you turn into like not metal kids, but like it's before the rock.
Exactly. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and it sort of occurred to me that probably was film music from that time was probably a big influence on me, you know, and all of us. I think.
Yeah. Sì, dice, noi siamo dei grandi fan di quello che hai citato, insomma, di Blade Runner, ma anche di John Carpenter, insomma, le colonne sonore di Alien, per esempio, ed erano piccolini, no? Quindi dice, abbiamo sempre usato i sintetizzatori, ma questa volta abbiamo pensato proprio a quei sintetizzatori, quelli delle grandi colonne sonore dei film dei primi anni '80, loro sono del 78 più o meno, quindi quando erano bambini, insomma, prima di formare la prima band rock che poi ha portato alla formazione dei Muse, insomma è più la musica che ascoltavamo quando eravamo piccolini. Vabbè, sentiamo un'altra canzone e poi torniamo, abbiamo tempo ancora per fare un salutino, un pezzettino di Dig Down, chiedo ai ragazzi che stanno accompagnando i Muse, un pezzettino di Dig Down e ancora 2 chiacchiere, ok? Perfetto, yeah. Ok, grazie, sono incoraggiati, vai. Oh yeah. So was that Blockade or Algorithm? The video
has algorithm.
Algorithm, right. And do you use sequence like live or you have
sequence. We have a fourth person who plays with us live, and he does
Right.
like sequencing, and we have like
Right.
MIDI notes playing.
Yeah.
He's playing in time with it, and then the MIDI goes to synthesizers.
So you all
yeah.
have the
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah,
you
yeah.
basically not
Yeah, I mean not every song, but some songs we have the sequence.
Right.
Yeah.
And then some you just play like
Yeah.
loose,
Yeah.
like plugging baby.
That's loose. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, right? Sometimes I play. It doesn't have a click, right?
No.
It doesn't, right? Yeah.
No. There's about like I'd say a third of the songs have no click.
Right.
And then some songs we do, and then some songs we have like the sequence.
Because sometimes I
stuff.
play in the club, you know, the song through like a
Oh, it
software.
changes tempo. Yeah.
But I mean, like with plugin baby, it's impossible to mix it. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just wait for that, no,
Yeah.
and then you. While Supermassive Black Hole, it's definitely
Yeah. The older songs definitely were like no sequencing at all, but
Right.
the newer albums is more like.
Well, yeah. I mean, for something groovy like that,
Yeah,
you know, is
yeah.
it more difficult to play with a? You get used to it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just get used to it. I mean, we've been doing it for so many years now. But I think when I
Right.
first started, it was awkward and weird.
Right.
Like when we were first in the really early recordings in the studio, sometimes
Right.
we used clicks just for the recording.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fucking hell, speeding up.
No,
slowing
yeah,
down,
yeah.
And it's all a bit weird. But then you get used to it, and then you can't hear it. You know, you
Yeah.
have it in your mix, so. If you can't hear it, you're in time with it. If you can hear it,
Oh,
then,
right.
then you're out of time with it.
Oh, yeah, it's
So
true.
you kind of just get that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
It's funny the interview with Dave Grohl when I think it's on the song Lithium or Come As You. I don't know. There's
Yeah.
one song on the Nevermind album where the producer said like, no, it has to be with the click. And Dave Grohl is like, oh, you killed, you know, like I can't, you know. But it's actually a really good song. I can't remember if it's Lithium.
Two minutes.
Una delle mie preferite, insomma, tra quelle uscite finora dall'album Simulation Theory, ne stiamo parlando con Matt Dom dei Muse, perché è una canzone di speranza. It's about hope, Dig Down,
yeah,
right?
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, scava. In dark times comes great hope.
Yeah.
you
The
know?
album is almost like the first half is like not much hope, and then the second half is lots of hope. Yeah.
Ok, l'album andrà un po' così come concetto. Nella prima parte c'è poca speranza, ma poi si ritrova la fede, diciamo, fino alla fine del disco. No, c'era una cosa che ti volevo chiedere. What year was Uprising? 2008?
Nine, I think, yeah.
So it's almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, we wrote and recorded that song in Italy.
Really?
Yeah.
In Como?
In Como, yeah.
Ok,
yeah.
di Uprising, che è una canzone che parla un po' di rivoluzione come tante loro, è stata scritta a Como circa 10 anni fa e diciamo prevedeva, no, appunto una rivoluzione. Cioè io stesso mi immaginavo un mondo in cui il cosiddetto populismo sarebbe diventato, no, gente che lotta per un pianeta più pulito, no, contro la corruzione. Invece è andata un po' diversamente. No, it's a different kind of populism, the one that Uprising is talking about, you know.
Yeah.
Because we would imagine, you know, people would, you know, have a revolution, you know, and help the planet, you know, and fight corruption. But it turned out, I don't know, it was...
Turned out a little bit different,
Yeah.
it's not going in the way that we hoped. But,
All right.
But I do think that the political establishment needs to reform a little bit, you know, to be more democratic. I think some people, especially like, you know, we come from a rural area, you know, not from the big city. We come from outside.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in the world, in the West, you know, who don't come from the big cities, they feel a little bit like they're not being listened to.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think a lot of the reaction we are seeing, this populism, is because of that, you know.
Right, ok, questa è una bella spiegazione. Dice sì, è finito per arrivare a un movimento populista un po' diverso da quello che si immaginava lui, ma dice, sai, noi siamo gente di provincia, veniamo da un piccolo paese, da Devonshire, right?
Yeah.
Arriviamo da questa, e credo che nel mondo occidentale chi vive lontano dalle grandi città in questi anni si sia sentito un pochino escluso, no? Quindi questa reazione che a volte è un po' aggressiva, può sembrare un po' razzista, no? Per certi versi derivi un po' da questo, da questa mancanza di attenzione. Comunque insomma le cose dovrebbero cambiare, mi fa piacere che loro abbiano ancora fiducia nei confronti del futuro. Senti, vivete ormai tutti in parti del mondo diverse. You all live in different parts of the world now, right?
Yeah,
no?
Dom and I are mainly based in Los Angeles, but we still spend a lot of time in London. And Chris is based just outside London, close to London.
So you still rehearse in London?
Yeah, London is mainly where we work on rehearsals and things like that. But the recording process, Chris came to LA and we made this album, recorded in LA, this one.
Ok, ormai Matt e Dom stanno in California, quindi Chris, il bassista, li raggiunge lì per il processo creativo. Ma poi per fare le prove ci si ritrova sempre a Londra, così un po' come ai vecchi tempi. How is Chris? Is doing well?
He's doing good, yeah.
He's
He's somewhere in another building doing interviews somewhere.
Ok, sta facendo delle altre interviste da qualche parte del palazzo. È vero che lui, quello con la memoria più gigante is it true that he has the strongest memory?
Yes, he has
does,
memory of an elephant. Yeah,
he
basically,
does,
Yeah, and he's working on the archives because you're gonna come out with some special.
Yeah, Dom and I can't really remember much before 2010.
Okay.
So when we're working on archive stuff, then Chris, we need, you know, he basically comes up with all the knowledge. Yeah. So we're working on an archive of the first two albums, where we kind of reissue them with lots of additional demos and stories from that time. You know, we're not sure it may come out like in the next couple of years, but we're still working on it. Yeah.
Ok, allora è vero che Chris, il terzo, diciamo, quello che non c'è, il bassista, è quello con la memoria da elefante. Stanno lavorando a questo progetto di archivio, stanno attingendo dai primi provini, demo tape dei primi due album. Nei prossimi 2 anni dovrebbe uscire anche quello. Comunque io e Dom prima del 2010 non ricordiamo niente, quindi invece Chris è quello che ricorda tutte le storie, è quello che sta curando il progetto. Sì. Oh yeah! What's the new Italian dish that you like? I mean,
my favorite is cacio e pepe. You know,
I love cacio e pepe.
Yeah, my favorite. Yeah, the pasta inside the cheese. Yeah, it's the best thing ever.
And then you have to let it simmer.
Yeah, there's one restaurant. There's only one restaurant I can eat pasta in America, in Los Angeles, in Santa Monica. It's called uovo, the egg. You know,
uovo, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a speciality in pasta, but they bring the pasta every day from Rome, like handmade. You know. Bologna. They make it in Bologna, but the Lele, the owner, he's my friend. He's from Rome.
Okay.
And it's the best pasta in Los Angeles. If you're ever there, just go to Uovo.
Oh, Uovo. Ci stanno una dritta.
They have cacio e pepe. They have tonnoelle amatriciana.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's
also alle vongole.
Spaghetti alle vongole.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Oh, dice che conoscono questo ristorante a Los Angeles che si chiama Uovo, è a Santa Monica. Andate lì, c'è il mio amico Leo che è di Roma, prende la pasta fresca da Bologna e fanno un pesto incredibile. Comunque hanno anche i tonnarelli cacio e pepe alla matriciana che piacciono tanto a Dom. Sempre un piacere. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much. Matt and Dom, best of luck for everything. Erano in Muse, Radio DJ.
You know this typical dish, cacio e pepe.
Cacio e pepe, I love it. It's so difficult.